What's up, YouTube? Mighty Black One here by the way of In the Mix Radio. In the Mix Radio will probably be live this Sunday. We're gonna showcase independent music and everything and play hot music that we find that's independent and good. Well, I was checking out Cocktails with the Queens, that little jive ass show on Fox, so called Soul. And the ladies were talking to Ice Cube. And the one big lie that was being pushed throughout that whole show, that Ice Cube playing with Black America didn't include black women. It's about all of us as foundational black Americans. And those of you calling yourselves ADOS, it's about us. Ice Cube did not exclude black women out of the plan. This is a well manufactured lie from the Democrats to keep the gender war thing going between black men and black women, which is publicly embarrassing. Sisters, the Democrats are using you and they're playing you. Now, if you want to start complaining about some stuff, how come you haven't got anything from the Democrats? The Democrats, when they were in charge, and a lot of the cities where black people are being killed are Democratic ran cities. And a lot of those mothers who are on television, and dads too, who are crying and outraged and upset over their sons and daughters and other relatives being killed. Those Democrats haven't fought to change no type of laws on these police. A lot of them are letting the police go, like in Kentucky. That was some Democrats in the mix with Daniel Cameron. Don't think it wasn't, because it was. And we can go here, we can come to St. Louis, when Michael Brown was shot, murdered, and killed by Darren Wilson. What was Bob McAuliffe? He wasn't no Republican. This man was a white Democrat who stuck it to black people for about 30 years. This man is still angry and upset about a black man killing his daddy back in the 70s. I believe his daddy was a cop. This man harbored all that hate to stick it to black people because one black person killed his dad. This guy decided to attack a whole race of people. And I'm sure there's a whole lot of Bob McAuliffes out there. Not too long ago, I think they wanted the case of Michael Brown back open. Now we have Wesley Bell, who is sitting in that same seat that Bob McAuliffe did for about 30 years. You know what, before I get back to Wesley Bell, let's deal with Ellen Reasonover. Ellen Reasonover reported a crime back in the 80s, and she was railroaded for the murder that she did not commit. That lady spent 17 to 18 years in jail. I believe back in the early 2000s, she was let out of jail. They wanted to send this lady to the electric chair. It was about one juror that said no. Saved that lady from being electrocuted. Now, let's get to Wesley Bell. Wesley Bell didn't see anything wrong in the case to punish Darren Wilson. And this is probably early part of this year. And Wesley Bell's a Democrat. Moral of the story, boys and girls. There are white racist Republicans. There are white racist Democrats. There are coon house nigger Republicans, whether male or female. And there are house nigger coons, male or female, in the Democratic Party. That's just the way it is. I don't really think neither party is worthy of a vote. There are a lot of brothers and sisters I know who vote independent. Now, back to the Ice Cube thing. Cube was real cool. He held his cool. He is a lot better than me. Because I would have been getting off in their ass. Cube stayed on point. He was hitting them with facts. They were getting in their emotions about stuff. Lisa Ray was like, well, we had you working with Trump. She claimed that she heard the interview Cube did with Roland Martin. Q made it clear that he wasn't working with nobody. He submitted the plan to both parties. And it was just, man, a yak fest on that show with the women. None of them were on point at all. Somewhere in that discussion, Claudia Jordan had to make it known that she was a friend to Donald Trump. Well, damn, Claudia, you was friends with the man and everything. Now you trying to play like you all pro-Democrat. It make you suspect, sweetheart. And she's an immigrant anchor baby, too. So let that sink in. They were not on code like those sisters over at the Fly Nubian Queen channel. Could you imagine Vicky Dillard claiming she was friends with Donald Trump? You couldn't imagine that. Could you imagine Jade saying some stuff like that? Or the sister to do the morning show? Any of those queens? Hell no. Those sisters are totally on code, fighting with us. And right on Vicky, Jade, and them, they did some great shows yesterday. And I was checking out the show Jade did dealing with us brothers being attacked. And Jamila Hill, we'll get to you later. You mammy. We would get to you. Shame on you, mammy. They were just beating up poor Ice Cube. Cube just gave them all the information. Cube didn't lie about anything. I think they spent more time yakking and giving their little smart-ass remarks instead of listening to the brother. You know, right on to some of those sisters that was in the comments, you know, standing with Cube, encouraging him to stay on code and stand up. I hope Cube don't return to the part 2 of that. What's going to be accomplished? They're kicking talking points by those racist Democrats who are so anxious to get Joe Biden in there. I can't think of the brother's channel. I think it's hip hop something. I can't think of it. The brother was just saying how in Joe Biden's Lift Every Voice plan, you heard people call about 19 times, and you heard, you know, minority heard so many times. Very few times blackness was brought up in Joe Biden's plan. And I was looking at that debate last night. Really, to me, it was just two old dudes talking, but it was a lot said. Joe Biden said in the debate that he's going to, you know, register 11 million illegal immigrants into the country. They do more, Democrats, I'm talking to you. Democrats, you do more for these illegal immigrants than you do for us. And like a lot of the brothers out there in the new black media have reported, they're trying to replace us. They're trying to get that voting block together. They figured, you know, we're going to throw black men away. They're useless. They have been running these hardcore attacks against us since forever. And it's even worse. They coming more harder at us than any Republican. Not that the Republicans ain't coming, but the Democrats are. And sisters, you have husbands, sons, cousins, other male relatives. The party that a lot of y'all being faithful to, they're doing you in. Once this election over with, you watch. Just say if Biden win. I got a friend the dude might win. We're not going to get nothing. And they're not going to meet with Ice Cube. If they didn't meet with Ice Cube now, they're not going to meet with him later. And somewhere else in the discussion with those cocktails with the queens, they claimed that Cube was invited into a Zoom call, and I think Killer Mike, Snoop Dogg, about 12 other people was involved. Cube said he didn't want to do that. You know, get caught up in the mix of all these other people. He'd rather just deal with them one-on-one. I'm talking about people like the Democrats and the Republicans, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Why get on there with all these other people? I can imagine Killer Mike Bama ass just talking over everybody, being ghetto. And I don't trust Killer Mike. Hell with him. I know a lot of y'all love him, but I don't. And Godfrey ain't shit either. Lord Jamal, he ain't shit either. But them two, I'm still give them benefit of the doubt to a degree, but I am still critical of them. So you can call me sometime on that one. I'll take the hit. But when the deal come down, he don't have to be on there with all these different entertainers. It's a shame that they got to go to all these entertainers. But the one entertainer they should really be going to and talk to who have been on cold with the people is Ice Cube. I have no problem with Ice Cube's contract with Black America. And knowing that our elder, Dr. Claude Anderson, was involved, that's thumbs up automatically. You don't bet against Dr. Claude Anderson, man. That's our elder. He tell you it ain't right, you take his word for it. You turn that shit around and fix it. And that's all I have to say, just my thoughts. And I want to say right on to Harvey, I was checking out some of his clips. And Torain, I was checking some of your stuff out early this morning. Sometimes I don't get a chance to sit back and just catch a lot of it back to back. But when I'm at work on Friday nights and Saturday nights, I'm checking everything out once I finish listening to Jason Black. And man, I am learning so much from that brother too, with the business and everything. So I'm out of here. And brothers and sisters, please support those black YouTubers. Please support them. We need them. We need them. And Tyreek, I think it's a good idea, man. We start that t-shirt with Bloodline Matters. It do matter. And I just want to say right on, those brothers and sisters, even the ones I disagree with, whatever, still right on. I still love you, but at the same time, I still disagree. Hell, I don't say everything right. I can say shit wrong, but I try to, be as close to being on point as I can be. Have a good one, everybody. Just be careful out here. Hug and love each other and protect each other. We are still in the middle of a race war in America. I'm out of here like a bounce check and a ball of food stamps.